Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Light My Fire by Jessica Ruben. Narrated by C.J. Bloom. Prologue. Kosovo, 1998. Jakob sits with his legs crossed, cigar smoke leaking from his pencil-thin lips as he howls, "We cannot fold! The KLA will win this war in the end. It has to." His voice reverberates through the home like thunder. My hands clutch themselves together like magnets. The top of my wooden staircase has a direct view of the living room. Hiding behind a large green plant Mother recently brought inside, I watch the conversation unfold. My father leans forward in his chair. "Serb police need to all be gunned down, once and for all. Over 30 of our children were killed this week, in the streets. They're animals, Jakob. We need independence. We need freedom. These atrocities cannot stand." Father's voice shakes with emotion. "But when will the U.S. intervene? All they talk about is Monica Lewinsky. And meanwhile the stakes here," he points to the ground with a firm finger, "are rising." I shift. The words children, gunned, killed, bang against my head. Father must hear my stressful thoughts, because he calls up, "Elira, come down, now." Mother told me to stay upstairs today. "You're only 10, she said. "Your place is by my side." But Mother is not home. She's at the market, gathering food with my older brother, Agran. And as Father always says, I'm his right hand when Mama isn't home. Step by step, I move downstairs. Nerves envelop me, but thankfully my legs do as they're told. Over the last 3 months, men have been coming and going from our home, using our farm to train. We've been cooking the biggest meals. "Like there's a party every day," Mama said. We're freedom fighters and members of the KLA, the Kosovo Liberation Army. My father, along with Jakob, are the 2 main party leaders. Albanians in Kosovo want to be free from Serbian rule. We want to govern ourselves. And my papa is going to bring us there.
"Jakob, this is my daughter, Elira."
I sit on the chair beside his, sitting tall and strong, just like he taught me. Rubbing my back with his warm hand, his touch says, "Don't be nervous." I turn to him and nod. I'm not scared. Jakob puts out a hand and I do the same, hoping I look adult. He laughs.
"I can see it in your eyes. You're smart. You'll go places one day, and your father and I will clear the path for—"
The front door is kicked open. Gunfire. I turn my head to hide in my father's chest, but he throws me beneath the table. I curl up by a wooden leg, ducking my head low. Shots ring loud. Stomping and then yelling come from the kitchen, too. There's a war in the house. Can they see me? Will they get me? My entire body shakes. Do I stay or do I run? Suddenly a hand grabs my leg like a vice, dragging me out from beneath my wooden cave. I want to scream and kick, but nothing comes from my mouth. My legs are lead. My voice is gone. It's vanished. I'm forced to stand when a gun is brought to my temple. It's hard and cold. Wetness leaks beneath the pink flowery dress my mama sewed last week, dripping down my leg like a broken faucet. Suddenly, Mama is before me. My father is lying on the floor, his head shattered. My brain turns to chaos and buzzes with light. Something within me floats from my chest. Has God come to take my soul? The gun is pressed harder against my head. He's screaming,
"Where are the men hiding, Blarina?"
She doesn't reply, sweat soaking the front of her black hair. He chuckles darkly.
"Tell me, or I'll blow your daughter to bits."
Her mouth opens and shuts before her green eyes turn resolute. She stands taller, steadfast in her beliefs. My throat stings because my mind knows. The most important men in the resistance meet and train here. Their deaths could mean the end of our freedom, which everyone tells me is more important than the lives we've lost. She will never fold. My heart sinks, knowing my end is here and now. Children in the streets, children in the streets. My body will be among them. Boom! My mother screams. I'm on the ground with a huge man on top of me, blood and bone against my skin. From the corner of my eye, I see Nico, huge and looming, shooting his gun. Boom! 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 I don't take a breath as the chaos re-erupts around me. Silence and stench. The room spins. I'm nailed onto the floor, something unmovable crushing me under. Mama is down on her haunches, pushing the weight off my body and lifting me in her strong arms. Am I a corpse, watching from above? Her tears drip onto my face, telling me I'm alive. Methodically, she turns on the bath before stripping me of my dress and underwear. I put my thumb in my mouth, a soothing habit I broke years ago. She places me in the bath and scrubs my skin until it's raw. I don't dare move. The steam tells me the water is hot, but I can barely feel it. After a few minutes, she pulls me out, wrapping me in my towel, still damp from last night. Pink pajamas are slipped over my head. It's still morning, but we continue our nightly rituals until I'm tucked into bed. Now, don't move, Alira. Rest until I return. Don't leave me, I finally cry as she reaches the door. My voice is loud, but it doesn't sound like mine. It's rough and too high-pitched. Her eyes widen, like I just made a big mistake. I cover my lips with my hands. Do the Serbs hear me? Are they back? Before she can exit, my door swings open, and my mouth poises to scream. It's Nico, taking up my entire doorway. I'll stay with her, Blerina. Mama trembles, folding herself into her own arms. He's 18, but much bigger than she is. Nico is the biggest. Naberjan is next on the Serb radar. This wasn't just a single hit, but the start of terror in our village. He folds his heavy arms across his chest. A gun hangs around his waist, and I know there's a knife on him, too. I hold my breath, listening. I will find arrangements for you to take Alira and Agran out as soon as possible. Your work is done. His voice is measured as he gives his decree. But don't argue with me. It's for your safety. He cracks his knuckles. Bring Alira tea. Now. She nods in obedience. Father always said Nico is young, but brighter and crueler than the rest. When Nico speaks, everyone listens and follows his orders. He fights for our freedom like the other men, but he is different, too. He's unlike the others in the way he carries himself, with so much strength and determination. Nothing can get in his way. Mama's pale lips quiver, like she wants to say more. She leaves. He comes next to me when I ask, "Why is she going down?" My voice is a whisper as I clutch onto him. His white shirt is damp. Instinctively, I tuck my head into his chest. It's instant relief. He pulls me closer, allowing me to take him in. She's got to clean up the mess downstairs. You saw your father, didn't you? And Jakob? His voice is firm and honest. I look up into his deep dark eyes. For me, Nico brings only truth. He holds my shoulder, like I'm a friend he's trying to comfort. From his touch, my heartbeat slows. They're dead now, but don't worry. I will find and kill the Serbs who got away. You have my word. He pauses, eyes narrowing into slits. I'll never let them get away with this. His voice is harder than I've ever heard it. A knock at the door. I freeze. But it's only my mother entering with a cup in her hands. Mint leaves float at the top, sugar already melted. She leaves it on my bedside table, and Nico gestures for her to leave. I should say I want my mama, but I don't. He's all I need. He stands, and I whisper beg, Don't leave me.
The cup looks like a toy in his hands. I will not leave your side. Not yet. I sit up, my legs still beneath the covers. Gazing at him, not breathing, I watch as he gently blows the steam. He lifts the cup to my lips, and I slowly drink. It's hot and sweet. When it's finished, he leaves the bed to place it on the small table by my window. How can the sun be shining when my father is dead? I move inside my covers, feeling physically comatose from my internal pain. My feelings and thoughts are scattered like dead bodies in the streets. Life's leftovers for anyone to poach. He sets himself next to me, the sheet a division between us. We're separate, but I can feel his body heat. He hugs me to his broad chest. I nestle my head beneath his chin as his hands move around my body like a vice. I like when he holds me like this. There's no way I can move, but why would I want to? He's hard, but nothing can hurt me when I'm in here. Slowly, I feel myself settling into safety. The warm tea has coated my stomach, softening the pain. I try to calm my body, remembering yesterday. Nico chased me around the house and threw me over his shoulder and tickled me until tears dripped down my face. Before dinner, he told me about democracy. We reviewed my English words: bed, chair, pajamas, slippers, toothbrush. Nico is sort of like my father, but not. He's kind of like a brother or a teacher, but not that either. He's the man I love. Some girls know their favorite color. I know the man I will marry one day. Still, he's always out of reach, too old, too handsome, too powerful. But one day I won't be a child anymore, and I'll show him I'm worthy to be by his side as his queen. Mother tells me, when I was born, he came with his father to bring some fruit to celebrate my birth. I had been crying, seemingly inconsolable, and he asked to hold me. The moment I went into his arms, I calmed. She likes you, his father said. After his family was killed by Serb forces, he came around to help my father with the KLA. He whispers, "You were so brave, Elira." He kisses the top of my hair, still damp. It reaches down my back in black waves. Sometimes it gets knotted at the bottom, but I normally keep it in one long braid. Mother forgot to fix it after my bath. Anxiety returns to my chest. I lift my face so I can see Nico's eyes. They're darker than night. My hair, I start. It's always braided when I rest. Mama forgot. Sit up. I used to do this for Elsa when she was small. He separates my hair into 3 sections and begins to braid. When he's done, I lie back down, feeling better. His skin is tanned from spending days in the hot sun. My white hands are pale compared to his. I trace the planes and angles of his face, memorizing his hard-looking, prominent cheekbones and straight black hair. I should feel shy to touch him in this way, but I don't. He never gave me permission to, but I have it. If I didn't, he would stop me. Nico isn't a man who ever lets things happen without his permission. Just last week, Zamir didn't follow Nico's protocol when finding a Serb officer on the street. Nico had him beaten, threatening to never let him near the KLA again. Some people were scared, saying Nico shouldn't hurt one of our own. Others said Nico did right. He can't have a team who doesn't listen to their commander. Plus, Zamir's actions could have resulted in many people's deaths. He shuts his eyes, a smirk filling his lips as I draw. Women always giggle and smile around Nico, even when he doesn't try to make them laugh. Especially Barda. Her huge breasts are always pulling against her shirt, and she tries to stay outside to get bronze on her face, even though she should be helping in the kitchen. She talks about Nico, how big he is and how good he is in bed. But I don't see why that's special. Everyone can see how big he is. And, of course, he's good in bed. Aren't we all good when we sleep? So why does she say it like it's a secret? A few weeks ago, me and Barda were rolling out dough for the lunch pies. I asked her, "Why do you laugh when Nico is near? Why does your voice get squeaky like a mouse in the attic when he speaks with you?" But she just rolled her eyes and told me I couldn't understand. Yet, Nico is the kind of man who doesn't just talk about change. He makes change, she said. Just last week he organized 10 of our men against 50 Serbian police, and Nico won. He leads like no one else. He's going to be the one to win our independence. I can feel it. Is he nice to you? My hands balled into fists as I silently prayed the answer was no. No. She shook her head and smiled as though my question were silly. Nico is a warrior. He fears no man on this earth. He is not the eldest, and yet he has earned the greatest respect because of the battles he's won in our streets. He has no great family lineage, but he has the confidence of a king. A man like Nico will never be nice, but that doesn't mean he isn't good. In other ways. She winked. Before I could respond that Nico was nice to me, she kissed my cheek and walked away. For days I thought about what I could say to her. I still haven't had the chance. I'm not sure I ever will. Without Papa, nothing can be the same. From my chest, the words, "I'm not safe here anymore," bubble out from my mouth. His eyes flit open. "You'll always be safe. I swear it. And my oath is my bond, Elira." What if those men come back for me? The reality of this hits me, and panic begins to build. They can't. Those men are now in hell, where they belong. When you move into the afterlife, there is no return, and the ones who ran, I will find. A sneer mars his face. Into his chest I ask, "What if their children come for me?" My heart beats faster. Revenge is the natural order. "I'll kill them too." He shifts so he can hold me closer. "Don't you know? I will kill anyone who tries to hurt you." Uh-huh. I nod quickly, eyes wide. He's scary right now, eyes with such undisguised hatred and maliciousness that, for a moment, my voice fails me. This is the Nico men fear. I want to give myself up to crying convulsively, but Nico's strength holds my emotions up like a pillar. I won't cry. Not in front of him. Okay, I swallow hard, maintaining eye contact. He holds the back of my head, as though to make sure I listen intently. "You are allowed to grieve for your father, and you should. You are allowed to be afraid, too. Giving yourself time to hurt will make you resilient. If you don't, the pain will eat at you and weaken you. When mourning is over, you must emerge to be the strong girl I know you to be." How do you know I'm strong? I want reassurance. I want him to tell me who I am and what I'll be, because his word is everything. "What happened last week when you took the pie from the oven and burned yourself?" I rinsed my arm with cold water and put cream on it. "I watched how you dealt with the pain. Other girls or boys would scream or cry. Not you." It was painful, but I didn't want to cause trouble or add to my mother's load. I burned my arm badly, but I know it will heal. "And when you saw Alex's mother fallen, with a wound in the street, what did you do?" I got help." "Right. You saw she needed aid, knew you couldn't bring her in yourself, and got someone strong to lift her. That's exactly right. Smart and intelligent people see a problem and do not cower. They find an answer. That's what you have always done. You are different from other girls, Elira. Better. I saw it from the moment you were born." He smiles, tapping my head. "But if you want to grow your strength, you'll make sure to deal with all problems as they come. Understand?" I'm suddenly breathless. The loss of my papa, our home's protector, begins to leak into my consciousness. I can't go downstairs. Papa is gone now. What will we do? The enormity of his death has only slightly touched the surface of my mind. It's too much for me to handle. I want to hide, scream, and cry. Instead, I sit frozen and still. His isn't the first death I've seen, but it's the first one that will permanently change my life. He exhales, mood softening.
Your father is in heaven now, but you will continue with your mother and Agran. I see big things in your future.
His voice is resolute. Big things?
Yes.
He shifts his body, tucking an arm behind his head.
Remember what I told you about America?
In the English he taught me, I tell him, America is free and Big Mac, Hamburg, and gold in street. He lets out a small laugh.
That's right. It's time to get you there. Now that your father is no longer alive, I don't want you staying in Kosovo.
But how? Isn't it hard to get into America?
Yes, but I know someone who will bring you there. I wanted you to leave sooner, but your mother wouldn't leave without your father.
And what about you? Worry fills my chest. I've heard of the country, but I can barely imagine the things I've heard.
My place is here. I must finish this war.
My pillow turns damp with tears. Am I crying?
Just sleep now. I will take care of everything.
My feet are cold. I crouch my legs up. Nico stands, taking another blanket from my closet. He covers me. My voice shivers. I'm scared, Nico. Heat seeps into my body quickly, but I still shiver like it's 10 below. He smooths the hair from my forehead.
A rose is afraid to open its petals until light coaxes it open.
Your light, I whisper, my body growing heavier by the second. It's only moments more before I fall off to sleep. The next 3 days, I refuse to leave my closet. I hide behind my hanging clothes with my back against the hard wall. Nico tells Mama it's okay to let me sit until I'm ready to come out. But she is worried. Doesn't she understand I cannot be seen? Those men know where we live. They will come back. Each day Nico swears I am safe, but doesn't force me out. Instead, he tells me to sit and cry until I'm ready to emerge. He's giving me 1 week. Nico knocks 3 times before entering the closet. Our secret code. Sweat beads between his brows. I want to put my nose into his shirt and take in more of him. He's fresh dirt, grass, and soap. His scent makes me a good kind of dizzy.
How are you, kid?
He squats low, bringing his large hands together. I'm hungry, I whisper, slightly embarrassed. Turns out, I'd rather be safe than full. He grunts in annoyance.
Agran was supposed to come up an hour ago. Did he not?
Not wanting to get my brother in trouble, I only shrug. He must be busy. He shuts his eyes in annoyance.
Your brother needs to learn to follow orders. He has many personalities, that Agran. You never know who you'll get.
Standing wordlessly, he leaves. I try not to cry at his hasty departure. Nico returns, knocking again before opening the door. I'm sure it annoys him, but he does it anyway. My eyes widen in surprise as he steps in with a plate full of food.
Fried potatoes and sour cream, green tomatoes and fresh bread, flia, spinach pie.
Piece by piece, like I am one of the baby lambs on our farm, he feeds me. How did you find this? I chew. He doesn't answer but lifts more for me to take. Is this yours? I swallow, but the food sits like a lump in my throat. Agran forgot to save me food, and Nico gave me his to eat. My eyes fill with tears. No, you need this. I don't.
Shh. When you're full, I'm satisfied.
Are you going to marry me when I'm older? It's my secret wish, not so secret anymore. He laughs and pats my head.
We'll see, kid. We have a long time before thoughts of that.
I flush, embarrassed. Nico carries me into the white bathroom and stands by the door so I can wash up and use the toilet before placing me back inside my closet, nestled into fresh-smelling clothes. That night, I sleep deeply. Alira, you cannot stay in here anymore. Mama is here, on her knees, trying to coax me out. I tell her, only Nico. Nico is training the men, my sweet pea. Talk to me. Tell me. Open your heart. I miss Papa, I finally wail. The moment I say it, it's as though a dam is broken. I cry harder than I thought possible, shaking in her arms. Clutching me against her chest, she says, "Yes, as do I. But this is the price we must pay. There are things in this world larger than we are. There will be time to mourn for him, but not yet." "I was going to die," I stutter out. "He was going to shoot me." "You were. God has other plans for you, it seems. Now, come out. Let me feed you at the kitchen table. The sunlight will be good." Holding hands, we trek downstairs. The house is quiet and creaky. The sun is barely up, and the men haven't arrived to eat. I sit on the wooden chair with my feet curled into my chest. She gives me 2 boiled eggs, fresh bread with butter. I eat hungrily. Faster, faster before they come. Mama sits beside me. "Alira, I know how much you love Nico, but I worry for you. He is a man, and you're still a child." "So?" My voice is loud and defensive. I can feel the heat crawling into my face. "Don't speak. Just listen." Her words are firm. "When you were born, you wouldn't stop crying. Nico came over, and he held me and I stopped my tears. I know this story." I sulk. "Nico has always had a soft spot for you, a place he has for no one else. But I do not want you to become attached to him. He is dangerous. He is always in the front line of all things. You must keep some distance between the two of you." "Why?" I demand. "Because you are a good girl, a smart girl. A man like Nico isn't for you, not now and not later. You will grow up and find a man worthy. A doctor, maybe, not a man with violence in his veins. He's a man who likes power. He's grown accustomed to it, it seems." Her eyes cloud. I shake my head, refusing to listen. "Nico isn't violent with me." "Listen to me, Alira. The things he has done, I cannot repeat. I don't like him being near you, but what choice do I have, now that Father and Jakob are gone? What he says goes, but if you create some space—" "You can't make him stay away," I yell, my voice shaking. "No, I can't," she says admittedly. "But I want you to pull away. Don't look at him with adoration. Don't allow him in your room. It isn't appropriate anymore," she pleads. "You'll be 11 soon, too old to have a man who is not your brother or father alone with you." Tears fill her eyes at the mention of Papa. She opens and closes her mouth as though there is more to say, but nothing comes out. Her words are gone. She lifts my plate in her hands and walks to the sink. Her back shakes as she turns on the water, head dropping low. Without another word, I run upstairs and into my closet. Shutting the door, I sit down in the corner. They can't find me here. In the middle of the night, I'm awoken. It's Nico. "Come on, kid. Time to go to America." "Huh?" I'm confused, mouth dry. "Yes, you will go with your mom and brother by horseback now to Montenegro. From there, someone will bring you to a place called Pennsylvania. You'll be safe there." "I can't leave," I scream, punching his hard, muscled chest as he drags me out. He covers my mouth with his heavy hand. "You must. The arrangements came together very fast. I know it's short notice, but it's the safest way." He lifts me over his massive shoulder and takes me downstairs. I want to yell, but fear has paralyzed my voice once again. He whispers, "Don't be afraid. Soon, you will be free." "When will I see you?" I plead. Agran holds me tightly, keeping me away from Nico. "I want to stay." "One day, we will meet again. I swear it." My brother clutches me atop his horse, and we're off. 1. Present day. Pulling up the family expenses sheet from my desktop computer,
I deduct $50 for the pain meds and a week of wages due to Mom's sciatica. These setbacks suck. I drop my head into my hands.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?